What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the RWBY discussion, this time for RWBY Volume 8, Episode 4, Fault. As always, I'm Connor. With us, we have Zach
Hello.
and Mike
Wow. Every
Hear me?
time.
and Travis.
Hello.
And anyone want to make any first remarks, or shall we hop into it?
Let's hop right on in.
I already know
Alright.
someone who's going to be your best boy that I absolutely hated.
I cannot wait for that conversation, but we'll get to it when we get to it. So the episode starts off with the prison crew. Robin is trying to cheer Crow up. Hey, yeah, it's a cute little scene, sort of. Then Crow goes into his whole. Crow does something I really like, followed by something I really hate, where he blames himself for what happened to Clover. And then he also pushes the blame onto Clover. Like, way to go. Congratulations, Crow. You're a fucking victim blamer.
If only he had.
If you didn't want to get stabbed, you shouldn't have been dressing that way.
See, I think I made a remark in the React where I pretty much said, like, Crow, this wasn't your fault. I get why you feel that it's your fault, but it
It's partially
wasn't.
his fault.
I mean,
It's not entirely his fault. I'll fully agree, but it's partially his fault.
no, he definitely has blame part of it.
Yeah.
But he almost took the stance of, I mean, if Crow just didn't do his job, then if Clover didn't just do his job, none of this would have happened. Like,
Mhm.
and I get what he was saying, because later on in that conversation, he's like, he was the one person I felt I could be around that I didn't have to worry about my fucking, what's it called? My semblance. And I was like, I get that. I see where you're coming from. Like, I know why that hurts. I know why that sucks. Like, I'm sorry, but he technically was your enemy, and this is war, and people are gonna die. Like, gonna have to get over it.
And even then, I'd still argue the person who's most at fault is Robin.
Person
Okay,
who is not
slow
acknowledged.
down.
I mean, okay.
So, they get a message on their scroll. Clover stands up. I'm sorry, I've got a job to do. I need to arrest you. Robin pulls out a crossbow, attacks.
Well, yeah.
It's like Crow was like, he was kind of like, all right, now let's just talk about this. And Clover could have been like, okay, yeah, we'll talk, and we'll arrive at Alice, and blah blah boom, job's done one way or another. But no. Robin comes in and just causes the plane to crash because she causes Tyrion to get free.
I mean, yeah, like she kind of like because she did that, everyone was distracted. Tyrion slipped right in there and crashed plane. So I kind of have to agree. Like it was kind of Robin's fault.
But we don't need to keep debating that topic one way or another. Let's focus on the episode here. With that moment, Robin tries to relate to Crow in terms of the loneliness that a semblance can bring. Anyone else have an issue with her comparing hers to his?
I get where she's getting at, because you could potentially learn some things from someone you love that maybe they don't love you. But I definitely don't think it's the same thing, because like Crow has to he put himself almost like in solitude, pretty much. And she's like, it's almost like the back in X-Men where Rogue is like, oh, they can cure us, like, yes, but Storm's like, no, we're perfect. Okay, weather girl, like, I kill people with my touch. Shut the hell up. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what
that's exactly what it's like. Like, I get what she's saying, but she's wrong.
Well, but with Robin, do you know the extent of her semblance? Like, is it like if she touches anyone or anything at any time, or can she control when she touches someone and it tells them when they're telling the truth or not? It's like
we
don't know.
So the answer is we do not know, but we have seen her touch other people without that happening.
Okay.
But it's been a situation where they don't have to tell the truth. Like,
and even then, I'd still argue it's different if, let's say, every time she touched, she might, detect a lie to truth thing. It's like, oh my god, I know that what you just said is a lie, or telling the truth to me. And then Crow's is like, you're standing next to me, and all of a sudden the root or the ground that is under you is collapsed, and now you're wounded.
Yeah,
same thing.
It's just nowhere near the fucking same thing. So Harriet and Marrow enter the cells.
Oh, I love this.
They're returning Watts back to his cell, so clearly he's finished his job. Harriet and Robin have some back and forth. After Harriet calls out that they are going to get Clover's pin back.
And
whatever
I
it
think
is.
Robin brings up an amazing fucking point.
Okay, let's hear it.
You want the truth? Okay, let me touch Crow, and I'll tell he will have to tell the truth about what happened. Like, I think that will set them. I mean, that'll clear them. I don't know if it'll set them free.
I thought she said, "Grab my hand, and I'll tell you," and the truth will come out, or something like that. He didn't say anything about Crow. He just said, "Take my hand, and I'll tell you the
sure,
truth."
but the idea.
You make a good point with that.
Okay.
I hated her dialogue there because of what Travis is saying. Because she was saying, "Grab my hand and do it." If she grabbed Clover's hand or Crow's hand, and I'm doing it, to tell that would have been a good idea. I would have fully supported that.
And that's where
however, she did
scene.
say,
yeah,
but she said the whole Harriet thing.
Because then she would have learned that, that wouldn't have worked because they would have seen that she pulled the crossbow on him type thing. So
she was unconscious. They wouldn't be able to learn anything.
Well, that too. Once they crash, pretty much. Yeah. Okay.
Well, and I can't remember how her semblance actually works. Does she just does something just turn green? Like everything's good, you're telling the truth kind of thing, or what?
Yeah,
that's how it was.
The color of her semblance changes.
Even when she's telling a lie of the truth? Because at that
I'd assume so. I guess we don't know.
I was going to say, in that case, what would her taking Harriet's hand have anything like? How would that work at all? Unless it did.
And it also brings up the whole argument of: is this does this tell all the facts of the world and the universe, or is it just whatever the person believes?
I bet it would be taking out the emotion of the person's mind and just sticking to the facts is how I interpret it. But
not even without emotion. Like, you can believe something even if it's wrong. Harriet genuinely believes that Crow killed Clover because she has proof that would assume as much.
Yeah, see, there's my problem. Is I took the scene as let me tell you the truth by I'll prove to you with Crow type thing. I didn't take it as I will tell you the truth or whatever. I'll use you to tell the truth. So that's
and I like your version of it. I like that. I wish that they had made that clear if that was the intention. I think Robin was just trying to use it as a ploy to escape.
And that is potential. Odds are that is the truth. But I 100%. The whole time, it's like Ironwood knows she has this semblance. And I say this in the react pretty much. Ironwood knows Robin's semblance. It was used on him to tell everything. Well, tell that scenario. He knows that he could clear Crow. He knows he could do a bunch of stuff with her semblance, much like they used Watts to try or to pretty much hack Penny, or at least try to, or track their location. He clearly doesn't mind using the prisoners, so why not use her to get the truth out of the team? Specifically, maybe Crow saying, "What is your niece doing?" type thing.
Nah, he's using them as pieces. I think at this point he's got chess pieces, just like they're kind of portraying, but like he's keeping his pieces.
Yeah, I like both of those ideas. It's not something I've thought about, so hopefully we'll see more of it, one or the other, in the future.
Harriet thought about letting her out.
Yep,
well, she was going.
Then luckily, thank God, Marrow was the fucking voice of reason. Still the second best Aesop, thank God.
Well, are you saying Clover's the best Aesop?
Yeah,
okay.
I still consider him the best.
Okay.
What about Vine?
I like Vine. He hasn't beaten Marrow. I liked Vine more in the last episode than Marrow. I liked him a lot more, but I still like Marrow more. So we skip ahead to Team Gyro, as I'm going to refer to them. Jean, Yang, Ren, and Oscar.
Gyro.
You're going to get a lot of these this time. So they're chasing after Oscar, who's been picked up by the Hound. We get some cool team combo moves.
I really like John's shield. The use of various dots.
The freaking grab ammo off of it or whatever.
Dude,
gravity, whatever. That was
you
awesome.
have a shield, Flynn. You should start looking at some of that, dude. That's
I literally
so cool.
thought that I was like, can you imagine if I had a ready to action where someone went to hit me and I could when they hit the shield, make contact, and then it shoves them back.
Yeah. Or even that could be a teamwork between, Aquos and Flynn type thing. Or even Haku. That they used for Ren is pushing them off. Shut up.
Except I think that you might have to do a strength or something on that. But anyway, that's something else.
Well, we're also on the topic of Jean's tools. They also use the the hard light shield as a ramp with Yang.
I was gonna say
cool.
they really showed a lot of ways you could use dust in this episode, which I liked. Like, Robin touched the hard light jail cell and she wasn't hurt, so just touching it won't necessarily hurt you. It's if like your arm is. It just brought up a bunch of things that were maybe speculation. It answered some of them. Can you use hard light as something that's physical, like truly physical, type thing? Yeah, it was pretty cool to see him use it as a ramp too.
We do get some more information while this whole scene's beginning to happen. We learn that cold is actually an issue. We see it is now confirmed
Weather,
to affect their aura later, and it also is affecting their bikes.
I love that.
Yeah. It at least clears up some inconsistencies I had, some issues I had with the last volume.
Yep.
But man, does Ren get pissed off at this whole situation?
Yeah, and we'll touch more on his pissed off later.
What about the Hound summoning more Grim? That was fucking cool.
Oh,
yeah,
and all
I
of a
called
sudden,
it. Did it first.
and
Oh,
all
man,
of a sudden,
so cool.
All of a sudden, you can just one hit Grim again. Cool.
Yeah.
I saw that. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, this is John. All right, he's leveled up.
Well, those are all nat 20s, you know.
That's actually the exact thing I said.
Ren ends up tethering the Hound, and he's just being flailed around the entire fight, pretty much. For some reason, he can't reel himself back in. That seems weird to me.
See, I thought the same thing because he's done it before.
Yeah.
And then I also said that Grim is intelligent. Like, why hasn't he just tried to like cut the rope? Like, get it stuck around a corner or something. Like, this is an intelligent Grim that can talk, that can morph. You'd think it could do something to get rid of a piece of rope. Like,
maybe he didn't want to get rid of him.
Oh, and then all of a sudden, one little boulder slows it down just enough for the motorcycles to catch up. Like, come on.
I feel like they tried to do a lot of things to just plot everyone to keep up, to try and make it tense. But I feel like they could have done a better job with it. Like Ren reeling himself in, and now he's trying to fight off the Hound while it's trying to keep him away from Oscar in the air, kind of a thing.
And either
that
way,
doesn't change anything else that happens. That would just make that
the Grim
more
could have just kicked it off. Yeah. Yep.
Then Connor's favorite person comes into play.
My favorite person.
Yep. Whitley.
I know we're not quite there yet.
Not there yet.
So I have a couple of things I want to touch on here. Yang. So there was an issue I had with the last part. Not the last part, 2 parts ago, where like they were stunned and shocked and not shooting at the Grim because it had Oscar, you know, and it was smart. Mm-hmm. But this time Yang shoots the Hound with Oscar still in its mouth. So that's no longer a valid argument. And I hate that she's just so back and forth as a character that's capable to a character that's stupid. I hate that she's not consistent.
She's she's wild. Yeah. Sporadic.
And speaking of being wild and sporadic, the scene pretty much ends with her and Jean on the same bike, making too abrupt of a turn and falling off a cliff, forcing Ren to abandon Oscar to save the two of them.
So, do you think when he was falling off, like he knew that Ren was going to try and use a sword, or did he just try and use a sword and fail? Because I was looking at that like a couple times, and I was like, "This is intentional."
How did Ren detach from the Grim?
That's also a good question.
It doesn't show. It doesn't show that. It shows him.
Like shows him getting ready to start climbing up. Maybe he got up there to it, and then he had to detach real quick and jump. I don't fucking know, but I mean,
that's weird. It's just also weird. It would have made so much more sense if he had just actually been fighting the Grim on top of it. All right. Now we move on to what you were saying, Trav. We go to the Schnee household, and god damn it, what the fuck is with these people? So, I just want you to imagine. Let's say you're going to your brother's house, and he's done something you've done something illegal, and he's a great law-abiding citizen that wants to do the right thing or whatever. Do you A, open the door and be like, hey, brother, can I come in? I understand that I'm a wanted criminal right now, but I really need some help. Or do you B, threaten him with a rapier gun?
And then tell him to go to his room.
I was gonna stop you and say
This is
I'm
Team
gonna-
Ruin Bop, by the way.
What is it?
I was gonna stop you.
Team Ruin Bop.
Roomba. I mean, A is the choice that I personally would do because
Is it because
I
they're like a
love my
Roomba?
brother.
They're vacuum and they suck?
Yeah. It's just the only thing that sounded fun.
GG.
Oh god, I hate that they keep just threatening people with their weapons. It's like, this is your brother. He's a fucking child. The last time your mother talked to you about him, she said take care of him. What the fuck, Weiss?
Oh, take care of him. You like kill him. I see how it is.
Yeah, I mean, she could have just been like, force the door open, but like, bring your weapon up to his throat. Come on now.
And that brings up another point, Mike. You have a brother. It's like if your brother ever pointed something at you, you'd be like, "Go ahead, make my day." They're not
Let's
gonna
dance.
fucking do anything. Fuck you. It's exactly what you would say. You're not gonna do anything. What are you gonna do?
Oh, let's dance.
Yeah, let's fucking dance.
Willie's whole life is collapsing around him. His mother's still terrible. She's locked herself away in the room. Weiss just sends him straight to his room.
She's probably
come
dead.
on.
Terrible mother.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, what do you think Winter would have done in a similar situation?
She would have
maybe
just walked in
given
there.
him a hug. Like, I'm so sorry that you're alone, that, your mother's treating you this way. I'm so sorry that dad's in jail and you're being left alone. I'm sorry that I can't be here, but I've got other obligations. I just want to know, I hope you're doing okay. Kind of a thing. That's what I think Winter would do. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't fucking know. But she's been shown to care about her siblings.
Yeah. Weiss in particular.
Yeah. I hate it. Anyway, they're trying to heal Nora. There's something. Yeah. All right, so moving on. To Team Ren or Rhine.
Ren, Yang, and
John.
John.
I got the
And Oscar.
You suck.
Oscar's now gone. I forgot. I got it wrong. Raj, Jair, Yurj. Team
YG.
Yurj. They're saying that they need to get out of the cold. Ren's saying he saw a place, blah, blah, blah. He's pissed off, and he doesn't want to talk about it. He's trying to keep it to himself because he understands that it's not going to help anything to bring it up.
Yeah,
But then Yang
keeps
just
poking the
fucking-
fucking bear.
Exactly. What's the matter, huh? What's the matter, huh? What's your problem? God, did you just lose a friend? Oh, are you half the team against us right now? Oh, we're alone in the cold. What's your fucking problem, bitch?
Oh, also, it kind of explains. Ren kind of explains what happened during the fight when he had to go back and save him. He said, "I had to cut myself loose," and he does have a knife on his shoulder, so I guess technically he could have just cut it loose. But
I had to save
But then he
you.
grapples.
But then he re-grapples with both weapons again, and it's like, does it just like grow back? Is that how his weapon works? I don't know.
Okay, well, at least they referenced it. That's progress, maybe. But so Ren goes into a tirade, into a rant. He calls out that they're clearly not ready to be true huntsmen. He does this because he doesn't think they're physically ready. He doesn't think that they're mentally ready. They have been making the wrong decisions. His exact words are, people are going to die because of us. These aren't decisions that we should be making because we don't know what we're doing. And oh my God, Ren, I fucking love you.
So I agree with what he's saying. I disagree with how he's acting.
Oh yeah, he's absolutely being over emotional. I'll agree.
He's being a cunt. To
And
put
once
it fair.
again,
Like
John is in the background saying, "Guys."
John is trying to be the bigger person, saying, "Cut it out. Like we need to get to safety. We're gonna die. Like we don't have time for this. Let's talk about it later. Like stop fighting. We were on the same team.
You
Essentially,
cheated your way into that academy.
yeah. And when he did that, I was like,
I'm
"Go
happy it
fuck
was
yourself."
referenced, though. I'm
I'm
happy that was referenced.
I'm happy it's referenced too, but it was at that point I lost respect for Ren. I was like,
Wow, you know he's
you
your
w-
best friend, right?
you were having you were making decent points, but then you took it to a level that was like, well, you're a booger, like type personal type, just stupid shit. And it's like, all right, you lost all validity in my mind. Like,
It has some relevance, though.
I mean, it does, but has John not proved himself over 8 volumes?
I feel like
Like,
yes.
it doesn't matter. You know, Ruby shouldn't have been into it either. She just happened to be in a fight in the right place at the right time on the right night to prove
that's
herself
different.
in front of the people, right? Like,
That's different. She
She
got
has
a
silver
fucking.
eyes, though.
She was like, the headmaster saw what had happened, and he was like, "I like you. You're good enough to be here. Get in here."
Yeah.
Jean handed over forged papers, and then he was like,
yeah, but
it's probably still the same rationality when you think about it. He probably knew that they were fake. He probably knew that this was bullshit. But he was like, "I understand your family lineage or something. I want you in here."
exactly. It's almost hinted at. I don't remember what volume, either 1 or 2, where Oz like is pretty much like he hints at knowing. I'm pretty sure. I know there's a part in one of the volumes. I could be even volume 3.
In
But-
volume 1, when they're doing the training exam, in like episode 4 through 8, whatever, the woman, what's her name, the witch,
Glinda.
she makes the comments like, "Is this guy really capable of being here? Something feels wrong." He's like, "No, don't worry."
Yep, exactly. So like, whether or not he snuck in, Oz kept him there. Like,
Yeah.
It's not your place to judge whether he was allowed to go to school. I don't know.
But from his perspective, I can understand, because his point is to call out that they aren't ready to be doing what they're doing. They are just amateurs who are thinking that they're better than they are. And so
And
the
he's right in
argument,
a
I
way.
think, makes sense to apply there, but it is still childish.
Well, they are children.
Yeah.
I mean, how old are they for real in this?
Well-
Especially Ruby. Am I right, Zach?
Ruby's
GG.
what, 17?
I mean, do they? I mean, they're not like they're not like Crow. They're not adults ready to do stuff like this. But yet here they are doing it.
Yeah, but
Yang's point is, wait, but we have proven ourselves several times, and he's like, yeah, but and look where we're at, you know.
It's hard to be in a worse off position than they currently are.
like so I'll end it with this. I agree with his argument. I don't agree with how he ended it and how he acted during it.
Yeah, that's fair.
He went way too moody. He went way too, in my opinion, what's that called? Immature with it. Like, he was on a good tirade. I mean, it was kind of everything that, like, it almost was kind of exactly what Ironwood was saying. Like, I know what's going on. I'm the adult here. You know, let me handle this. You know, and they're just like, no, we're better than you. But of course, Ren is saying, we don't know shit. We should have never tried to go against him. Which it leads back to kind of everything we speculated in Volume 7 as well. How he truly feels. It just all came out.
And then the fact that he pretty much said, exactly what we're all thinking. We're not saving anyone. We're just putting them all in one spot for Salem to get to. It makes sense to me. I
think I said it in my react. The greatest way to compare it, I said this somewhere. But it's Ironwood has a plan where Ruby has a gamble. And that's the big difference. One has a chance to save everybody. The other is guaranteed to save at least some people for some time.
We'll see.
Yeah. And the whole scene ends with Yang still being mad and bad. It's like, are you trying to push everyone away, Ren? So let's point out, anyone remember Volume 1 Blake? When Blake was pushing everyone away? God, I didn't realize that Yang was going to fuck Ren by the end of this volume.
I thought you were gonna mention like when she first lost her arm, but I was expecting you.
See, that's what I was expecting too.
I thought you were gonna bring
It's
this up.
another good example, though. She's pushed people away too. She's actively done that.
That's the thing. Everybody does it. Like,
didn't she just push her sister away?
She didn't push her away. They just had a disagreement. But like, I don't know. I thought too, Yang. It was just one of those things. Like we've been talking about this entire volume. The stupid little one-liners that don't need to be in there are in there.
Yeah.
And that was a prime example because it could have just ended with John saying, "I'm going to go get shelter." Like,
Fucking props to Jean for maintaining the level head throughout that whole thing, trying to be the voice of reason.
goes back to my thing of he's a
That's
great
what-
leader.
That's just what
Yeah,
he does.
It's showing off him being that voice of reason, him being that leader a lot better this volume. I like it. So then we go to Team Oz, Oscar and Salem. Oh god, I love this scene. Salem starts off with the smoke children and then the laughing of them.
I personally love first is okay, don't freak out. Like, Oscar, it's going to be okay. You're in the middle of what could be presumed is one of the worst places to be right now. It's okay. Well, of course it's gonna be okay for you. Your ass isn't about to get beat. Like, this is my body taking the toll.
That's the same thing. I was like, that's not okay. Like, whatever happens to you, like, you didn't even touch.
What the fuck is okay about this situation?
Oscar,
Except
I
for
need you to listen to me.
pretty much
She's
what
going to take you.
pretty much the only thing I can think of that could happen good for the team out of this is that Oscar somehow gets the lamp back and then gets off the ship.
I cannot imagine that Salem does not get her question answered, though.
100%.
Some way.
I think we will finally be out of questions on the lamp.
Yeah. And we finally know what her purpose is for the lamp. It's not what I expected, but god damn it, I'm mad that I didn't expect it.
Why is that?
So let's before we get there, Oscar tries to trick her. She very easily sees through it that it's Oscar, not Ozma, who's
I mean,
talking to her.
He rolled a fucking 1 on that check.
Yeah.
Oh, she rolled a 20.
And she tries to make him cooperate, and this is where we get the hint of to what she wants for the question. She's wondering where the beacon relic is, where the crown of choice is. And it's been referenced previously. It's volume 4 or 5 by Ozma. When they're asking, so what about the beacon? Does she have it? And he's like, no. The one in beacon is specially hidden. So he's got special defenses about it.
What does the crown do again?
We don't know. It is the crown of choice, so it has something to do with choice. It might take away other people's choice.
Interesting.
I don't know. It might just be like a Shisui Uchiha Sharingan kind of effect.
I thought it was interesting that because he actually doesn't know where it is, but nonetheless, that she's like,
that hidden.
I guess it makes sense. That would be the last thing you learn, type thing. And I was just like, so what else does Oscar actually know right now?
He
Like, as
should
their
be
souls,
knowing a lot.
as his soul, they become closer to one or whatever. And I don't think they ever will. I think there's something going to happen with this body comparatively, but like, nonetheless, he's got to be knowing a lot of shit that could be helping everybody right now.
Yeah.
And
And then she Avada Kedavras him. What the fuck, dude?
that was dope.
I saw the life leaving him. I was like, whoa, stop.
I was like, what is
Fucking
this?
rainbow attack.
Well, it was every one of the colors of the maidens, if I remember, if I'm correct. I know I'm colorblind, but
it was more
Oh,
colors
was
than
it?
just that. Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
So I think it was just showing off that like this is magic. This is obviously magic. There's nothing different happening here. This is just torture.
And the hound did not flinch. He just
Nope.
stood there
Yeah.
like, all right.
I mean,
happening?
he wasn't hit by it, so
So what Oscar ends up refusing to still say anything.
here comes Hazel.
This
And
was
that's
for
where
Lancaster.
I think I
She
said
takes-
at that moment, I'm like, Ozma, of course you think it's okay. You're just in his head. Like, his body about to die. You'll still live.
I just like to imagine like Ozma every time he goes to get hit like by a punch, he just changes back to and then he changes back and hits them back, and then every time he's about to take a hit, just wait.
Yeah, this man is. I feel so bad for him. He's about to get the brakes beat off of him. Like, he's coming for revenge. He's like, this is this is payback now. I'm like, this man didn't even do anything. Yeah, he's innocent.
Hazel, to me, he just seems softer.
He got guard.
Yes. Okay, that's a great way to put it.
The guy was such a cool character, and then he grew up, and his hair just became terrible.
Well, look at Naruto.
I mean,
Naruto's not as bad though.
they're inside of a
In
monster.
comparison.
I don't know how many showers they can take inside there. You know, it's.
Oh yeah, so then why's he got all that hair gel in his hair? Well, slicking it back.
I mean, it's probably just slime, like his own sweat.
So that scene ends. We go then to Team Scene, Salem, Cinder, Neo.
Interesting.
Oh man, I love that scene where she pretty much replaces Cinder with a dog.
Yeah.
He says, "Yeah, it's like me, this dog, then you."
My favorite part too in that whole thing is she's like, "Okay, you're actually going to listen to me. You're going to stay here. I don't care what you want to do. You're going to stay here." And Cinder, since like forever, has always been like, "Okay, you're my queen. I'll do whatever you say," type thing. You're going to get me power that I want. And now she decides, "Nah, fuck you, mom."
It's not just
I mean-
a face.
So like that scene, I think it was it was like 2 episodes ago, or no, it was the very first episode where she was like scrubbing the floor.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be like that rebellion, but I don't think it's gonna go very well for her at all. Yeah, I feel like she's probably gonna die, and someone else is gonna become the vessel for the maidens.
That could be. That would be an unexpected twist for me.
Because she sounded pretty serious. There. She's like, "All right." She said it subtly, but she was like, "All right, this is what you're going to do, and I don't want to hear anything else about it. All right, last chance." And then she goes out, and I'm like, "All right."
The whole time
You're
while
gonna
she's
stay here.
The whole time while
Is
she's
that clear?
talking down to Cinder, she's just scratching the dog too. It's like, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
I love her umbrella. The whole scene where she's just floating through it. Just does fucking Mary Poppins over here.
Because of this whole situation, do you want to know one of my theories?
Shoot.
I think, and this is a theory, purely theory,
Go on.
Cinder is going to get so fed up with Salem, she's going to help Team RWBY.
Go on. On what basis?
The fact that she's already being like, well, no, I'm going to disobey her. I'm going to go do what I want type thing. I think she's going to get caught. Salem's going to say, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I don't need you anymore. I want someone who's actually loyal. And now Cinder's going to feel like I have no one to serve. I don't know how to be on my own. Neo and Cinder are going to go to Team RWBY and be like, we got information for you.
Well, see, and that I like what you're saying, but right there at the end when you said Neo and Cinder, that's where mine splits off with you.
You don't think Neo would?
I think because she's Cinderella. There's a ugly, or there's a god, or there's a whatever.
Yeah.
There's the ugly stepmother and 2 ugly stepsisters. Pretty sure Neo and the blue haired girl are going to be the 2 ugly stepsisters, and they're going to side with her, and Cinder's going to be alone.
I can't imagine that Neo's going to side with Salem.
I don't think.
But she's also not going to side with RWBY.
Yeah.
Neo wants revenge.
Yeah.
That's the only problem. My only problem with it is 'cause
That's true. I don't know. Maybe Neo grows up.
So I like the start of your theory with her doing this, failing, coming back to Salem, and her Salem just punishing her. That might be a kind of thing where Ozma then gets a chance to talk to her. Be like, "You're my
I can
daughter
show you.
from another life," kind of a thing. "I don't want to see this happen to you. Please come with me. We have a chance to make things better." And he might be able to appeal to her.
That's true.
I don't know. We'll see. So we skip ahead back to Jean, Ren, and Yang. They found their safe house. They're in there trying to get warm. Jean tries to reach a middle ground with Ren. And Ren storms out into the cold to be alone with his thoughts.
Which the whole point of getting out of the cold was to preserve their aura, recoup. So he's going to go right back into it.
Well, and my whole thing is that's a lot of negativity. Which I was saying that I think I said that in the React video several times. Like, boy, there's a lot of negativity here.
I loved it. I said it too right at the very end before the camera started panning over. I was like, fucking called it.
Here it comes.
So are they referencing a Grim, or are they referencing that just the glacier's breaking?
I'm pretty sure it's a Grim because there's like a growling sound effect.
Oh, I didn't hear the growling. I must have missed that because I was talking. But I specifically was like, oh, well, there's a problem for next episode.
Yep. And
then it like kind of. Oh, good.
Even before we do that cut to the ice cracking, Yang brings up that she will be disappointed. You know, what if she's going to be disappointed in our decision? Blah,
Oh,
blah,
I
blah.
hated this.
And it's like, I'm sure that Jean's like, don't worry, I'm sure Ruby's going to be fine. You know, it's just a sisterly argument. She's like, I'm not talking about her. It's like, okay, come on.
I was like,
Like it is.
Yeah, see, my thing was, it was one of those things, and, I like Rooster Teeth. I like what they're doing, but it's just like, will you just outright fucking say it? Like, stop being this hidden in the shadows, like, I'm in love with Blake. Like, if that would have happened, I bet John would be like, yeah, duh. Like, we know. We can tell. Type thing. Like, John's not stupid. The team isn't stupid. They don't hide it well. Like, just say it. Like, in that moment, don't be like, I'm not talking about Ruby, John. I'm talking about Blake. And maybe they can finally have an honest conversation, because it goes back to the thing like Travis was saying. Like, she had a disconnect with Ruby when I was just like, no, it was just an argument. Like, they're both doing two things that are going to help each other type thing. Like, oh man, it was just like, you just say it.
They're having more will they, won't they than Ross and Rachel and Friends.
Dude, we were on a break. Yeah, no, oh my God, I agree.
We were on a break.
God. Man, it frustrated me when she said that. Oh, yeah, Ruby. I was just like, shut the fuck up. Like, oh my God.
Like, I love that ship. I've shipped that since Volume 2, but I'm so sick of it now.
Yes, because they just throw it in your face without throwing it in your face.
They're teasing it. They've got you on the hook. Is like, oh, here's the bait. Oh, reel it back. Oh, you almost got it now. Oh.
You want this dollar?
Oh, because of how Blake has been this volume, was it bad when Blake said something to Ruby that when she was walking up to say it, I was almost like, what the fuck are you going to say now? What stupid thing are you going to say?
You had a line before that one too. Like her 2 lines in this episode. And the first one was like, Whitley was like, we have a reputation to maintain. He said, that's what you're caring about? It's like, no shit, that's what he's caring about. Do you know this man? You literally went to his dinner party earlier. Come on.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Oh boy. Well, that's kind of where the episode ends, unless I'm wrong. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, ratings.
I'll start. I'll give this episode altogether. I mean, there were parts that were dumb to me, but I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Trav?
6.
Mike?
Yeah, 7.
I'm gonna go an 8.
Wow. Okay.
There was a lot that I criticized in this episode, but goddamn Ren's rant, I can't.
Oh my God.
All right, Travis, let's start with you. Best boy, best girl.
John was best boy.
Okay.
Just him holding his composure to that whole situation, and then understanding that they're all under a lot of stress and not losing his shit. It really showed his character.
Yeah, it's fair.
And best girl, I guess we'll go with Neo.
Mike?
Best boy, yeah, Jean earned it. I kind of want to say Ren.
As the best
But-
girl? Yeah, I know.
No, it's-
They're both very
That's-
good. I understand both decisions for Sean or Ren.
you know what? I'm gonna go with Ren. Actually, I take it back. Ren actually did put in more work comparatively. As far as best girl, that one is. I mean, I guess like Salem, because like I don't really know. I mean, Yang fought some Grim. Robin like argued with Harriet, and I'm gonna go with Salem. Salem's best girl in this
It's
episode.
either one of those three or Weiss, who threatened her brother.
All right, so
All right.
yeah, that's my pick.
Zach.
Best boy, I will have to go with John. I really like seeing his leadership come to fruition. As much as I don't necessarily like how Ren acted. He was a very, very close second. I think I just like John a little bit more. For best girl, you know what? No, best
Salem?
boy, Oscar. He took some mighty punches.
Ooh, you're right. He took a mighty beating.
Who's the
Take a
worst
lot
boy?
more.
Oz, for saying it's going to be okay and lying to this young chap. No, I'll probably go Oscar, just to keep it a little different. Just he took a beating. He took a swift kick to the ass today. Best girl. I really like Cinder trying to like oppose Salem, but I gotta go with Salem. I just loved everything about it. But so
Yeah, fair enough.
She's a great villain, has a clear goal. Just after some magic, and she has magic. And a loyal hound, conflict between other characters. Best girl.
I'm gonna agree with that best girl. My best girl is Salem. She's just a good dog mom. As for best boy, I'm also gonna go with Ren.
oh
Much,
shocker.
Yeah, much a shocker. He just said in this episode everything that I have been saying in our discussions. I
Yep.
love it. Love it.
It was pretty much everything that you've mentioned the past 15 discussions we've had.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it's all summed up.
Yeah, I loved it. It's great.
What about best girl?
Salem.
He said Salem. Yeah.
Oh, you said that. I'm sorry, I missed that.
So that's it for the discussion. Thanks for joining us. Let us know your best boy and best girl in the comments below, as well as your rating for the episode. And as always, we'll see you next time.
Actually, you know what we'll do? Go back to other episodes too and leave your rating. And when we do kind of our end of the whole volumes thing, we'll have a community numbers up as well when we do our top 10s and all that. Well, let's get the community involved. Give us your numbers.
Remember to grab community ratings in comments, Connor. Control S. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
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 Later.
Have a beautiful time.
Well, thank you for watching. Remember to hit that like button if you want to see more content like this. And if you want to see what the rest of our channel has to offer, be sure to subscribe. Looking for any ways to support us? Well, we currently aren't monetizable through YouTube. We do have a Patreon and even a merch store, so be sure to check those out. All of the links to these things are right in the description down below. And last but not least, we'll see you next time.